Hello, ladies, gents, boys, girls, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and welcome back into the PMDG 737-800. We're back here on the ground at Pyreek, Birmingham, in this beautiful PMDG 737-800, sat here on the ground as Scenic 8 Whiskey Juliet with service over to Dalaman. Flight time 3 hours 50 minutes, departing off of runway 33 here in Birmingham. Our departure takes us northernly before we turn back on ourselves and then head over Coventry. We'll be going straight overhead London, exiting the UK over Brighton, and then it's France, straight over Paris, and then we enter Switzerland for a little bit before we make sort of a left-hand turn to Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Kosovo, North Macedonia, exiting into Greece over Thessaloniki, and then we make another left-hand turn as we go over Michelin in Greece, then Izmir, then descend down the coast into Dalaman. It says we're arriving on runway 01 into Dalaman today. Nice calm winds and hot weather down there. We are on Aviation-SIM, but it is quite early UK time, so we'll see how much traffic we get. Taking a full load of passengers and a very hefty, probably 15 tons of fuel down to Turkey today. So let's jump into the flight deck and get everything set up for today's service. Right, welcome into the flight deck of the 737-800. As you can see, the flight deck looks slightly different. I've taken off the mod for the fan zone mod for the wear and tear. I actually quite like the textures PMDG have done, so we'll do the test to get the aeroplane started. Overhead panel looks good so far. Let's do the fault and fire test. We'll go left, and then we go right, and it should be 12 APU. Lovely, and then we go left and right. That's all done. Downstairs looking good. Parking brake set.
Terminal traffic. Easy 4-5 Charlie and short finals, runway 33. Terminal traffic.
And there's someone on final into runway 33. Looking good overhead. We get one fuel pump on. Seatbelt sign can come on now. Probe heats. Oh no, window heats. Sorry, can come on. If I can get the click spot, come on. There it is. Hydraulic pump's okay there. Turn down the temperature quite a lot. We're going to turn the packs on in a minute and get the APU running. Cruising at 33,000 feet. I think Dalaman sea level. We'll get the fuel pumps on. Ready for fueling. Just go and sort out the PFDs for the first officer and myself. Left flight director, right flight director, and we'll go FMC, pause in it. We're at Birmingham, we're on stand 1 in the corner. We'll go next page, DPS left, previous page, pop that in. Let's request routing from good old SimBrief. I need to actually import the flight plan. That would help, wouldn't it? There's our flight plan, so as you can see, let's get the fueling done first. It's 14.6, I'm going to take 15 because the runway may change. Payload, we're full load anyway, and let's go to the legs page on there, and we'll go select route, and we'll wait for it to load. Then I can ask GSX, which is out of date again. Bloody hell, I've never seen so many updates for GSX this past couple of weeks. Also, I must mention we are in Sim Update 5, so we'll see how this goes. I did one live stream in Sim Update 5. This is Sim Update 5. Sorry, this is my first actual full flight in the new update, so we'll see how it goes. We'll wait for the activate and execute thing to come up. There you go. We can activate, execute, and it's runway 33 for departure. Beautiful. Get the iPad up and I'll show you how I do my flight plans like this, because a lot of people ask in the comments what I'm looking at on SimBrief. So if we scroll down, you can see the route in there. So it's runway 33 on there, ADMEX 1 mic. So it's 33, ADMEX 1 mic, execute. And then we'll go fixed ring because we're at Birmingham. I know a lot about the Birmingham fixed rings and what we do when we fly out of Birmingham. So it's /5.5 for the departure, and you'll see that just covers the first turn. Arriving
Typical traffic,
into
EC44 Charlie's
Dalaman
vacated,
is that arrival there on ILS Zulu 01. We'll see if there's any ATC that might give us a different approach in. 01 is the ILS. There's a cool RNAV onto the runway, but the winds are just out of limits at the moment, and would have a nasty tailwind all the way down, and it's a very aggressive dive over the mountains, so I don't want to sort of go and try that with this winds. Routing, there you go, looks pretty good, no discos apart from there should be one there. Yeah, as we set our final approach in. Right, runway heading 326 out of Birmingham, and then it's 6,000 feet stop altitude to the SID. We'll go and get the APU on, and then we can go and ask GSX to start the boarding process, which, oh, I already did, and there they are. And we can go route, and we'll go and just plug in the performance. So it's a 62.7 fully loaded. If I scroll up, you can see this is what I look for with the reserves. So we'll just do some mental maths, and I always round it up slightly just in case. So there you can see, with everything said and done, it's 3.7 tons is what we need to divert. Go upstairs, costing us of 80, quite high today. Cruising at 33,000 feet. Cruise wind, which is average wind component, which is there, so you just copy that in basically. It's not too hard to read the flight plan. So pop that in, execute, next page, which is the M1 page, and let's do the performance. So out of Birmingham, usually what they do is, if it's quiet and if the performance lets them, is they will depart off of the intersections. So especially here for us today, it's a very, very short taxi down to the runway. So we want the intersection, which is there, so Echo, and it's 8737. And just double checking, it is Echo. Look how short of a taxi that is. So just double check that. Yeah, 873 or 8373, whatever it was. What was that? I'll write it down then. 8373. Import. Calculate. There you go. We can take off from that intersection departure. Not a problem. So it's a 30 selected temperature, full takeoff. Next page, I always put this in because it gives you really good, accurate V speeds. Just give the aeroplane as much information as it requires. So there's the wind, and then the slope is 0.3. Negative in. So negative 0.3 because we round up. There you go. And then we can go next page, flat 5. Stab trim set, and the V speeds are all set there, so we can plug them and set them in the window. So we've got a window speed of 158 and a trim of 5.5 basically. So bang on about there, that looks good. And that is pretty much everything set up there. We are ready to rock and roll. We've just got to wait for boarding to be complete, and then we can push back and get ready for our service over to Dalaman. Right, we are now fully ready to go, so we'll ask GSX to prepare for pushback and departure. We want standard pushback.
Release parking brakes, please.
We can go get the taxi instructions up for our taxi, which is very, very simple. Yankee Echo 1. Lovely, so overhead panel, left pack off, right pack off. Beacon light on. And Birmingham traffic, it's Chanex 8 Juliet Whiskey, stand 1, pushing back, facing to the west. Birmingham traffic. I said the wrong call sign then, didn't I? We're Chanex 8 Whiskey Juliet. Did I say Juliet Whiskey? Or Whiskey Juliet? Ah, they know what I meant. And there's the Thomas the Tank there, that Pyrig pony scenery. Right, parking brake released.
All engines clear, start at will.
Ready to go. Right, so we start engine number 2 in sequence. So you've got to wait for 25%. And then you throw the fuel in. To get the centre fuel pumps on as well. That always helps. And we are using the Boris sound pack as well today. Fuel in.
Please set parking brakes.
Right, so we set the parking brake. That's engine number 2 sorted.
Waiting your
And
confirmation
it's time
for
for
a good
engine
start.
number 1.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Fuel in.
Unlocking gear.
And that seems like a good engine start on number 1 and 2. So we'll go outside. There's the tug disconnecting, and we'll just wait for the bypass pin to be shown, and then we can carry on to Echo 1, which is literally in front of us. I love the taxiway markings at Pyrig Birmingham. They're really good. There's the bypass pin, so we are fully ready. Both engines have started. So we'll go upstairs, left gen, right gen, taxi light, APU off, start switches continuous, Propeats on, elect 1 on, auto off, and flaps position 5, blank the low DU. And of course LNAV and auto throttle for departure. So let's get comfy with the rudders and we'll do a flight control check. There's flaps 5 coming out. A little bit of a stutter then. Don't know how I feel about Sim Update 5 so far. There's full right, full left, full forward, full back, rudders, full left, and full right. All flight controls are free and correct. So we shall taxi on, release the parking brakes, and let's go. We're saying goodbye to Birmingham now. So just said on VATScope, there's absolutely no one knocking around in the area, so it looks like hopefully by the time we get to sort of Eastern European airspace / Turkey, it's like they're mid-afternoon, so hopefully someone's online. If not, oh well, we'll just have to send it in offline. Or not offline, but online, just without any ATC. Yeah, it must be really heavy. It's struggling to get it going today with the 7.3. We'll tell the crew that we are ready for takeoff. And we can go TARA, weather radar on, let's get the rest of the lights on. We're ready to rock and roll. Birmingham traffic, Chanex 8 Whiskey Juliet departing runway 33 via Echo 1, departing to the south, Birmingham traffic. There is literally no, I think that EasyJet's still on the ground, but apart from on the arrivals, no one knocking around, so we can just go. Beautiful day for flying though. It's going to be nice when we get down to Dalaman. Turkey should be nice. We're in April now, or no, May, sorry, so weather should be quite nice down there. Set the chrono, that's the wrong one, I need to reset that. Let's construct the lineup though first. Right, so there we are, chrono running. We are on run. 40%, let's spool them. Stable. I'm happy. We'll go TOGAT, set takeoff thrust.
Knots.
Checked.
Okay.
Rotate. Maintaining wings level. Airborne.
Positive brake.
Go gear up. On to the 15-degree bar. And we'll hold it there for the initial climb out. Goodbye, Birmingham. So it's 220 for the first turn, that's fine. We'll bug up shortly to 220. There's Birmingham just off the left-hand side. Following the flight going to that initial right hand centre, we're going to flaps up to 1. Command A, gear up and off, auto brake to off. Beautiful, look at that. Definitely picked a good day for flying. There's the M6 down there, motorway. We'll go VNAV. can be released for their service. Logo light off. Thousand feet to go. Go vertical speed, 1,000 feet per minute. Flaps up. As the aeroplane starts to accelerate to 250 knots now. Beautiful views down there though, looks gorgeous. Back into VNAV and upstairs, turn the start switches to off, turn the heating up a tad, and we can bug up. We'll just go straight to cruise, why not? Out into Veen. $33,000. We're in a bit of a cloud now, so let me just match up the headings. And go start switch, and engine anti-ice on. Standard barometric pressure. And we are on our way, guys. That is pretty much it. I'm going to leave you with some climb and cruise highlights, and I'll see you in the descent into Dalaman. So guys, welcome back into the flight deck. We are now descending into Dalaman. It's all looking quite good down there. Weather's still absolutely fine, and we're still on the ILS 01 on this approach. It's really cool though. Every time you come into Dalaman, it's really mountainous, and then the runways on the seafront. It's always a gorgeous approach. But yeah, it's been a nice flight. No ATC, sadly. We are still on VATSIM, but I don't highly doubt we're going to get ATC now, which is quite a shame. Because Turkey ATC is actually really good every time I've had them. But the airport we're also using is Just Sim. It's their 2020 version. I just ported it into 2024. Or it might work in 2024 natively, because it was on my store page to download from my old 2020 account. Well, not the old 2020 account, you know how it works. I purchased it on the marketplace in 2020, and he allowed me to download it on this account, so in 2024. So hopefully it looks okay. I know I wasn't blown away by the scenery when I went there first time, so we'll see how it is. All the information is set up now. We're all ready for the arrival. Temperature's okay in the cabin, so we'll just turn everything down. And as you can see, it's 14 degrees, which isn't that hot, but it is early morning, so yeah, and a bit of speed breakout. Start slowing the aeroplane down. There's a speed restriction of 220 knots, which we will apply with. The airport is somewhere down there in that cloud basin, so we'll see. Should be cleared up by the time we get there. I think that cloud's quite high. We'll get the landing lights on. Cabin crew have already been advised to get the cabin prepared for landing. So we'll see how this goes. That view outside is very, very nice. Right, sorry, standard barometric now, not standard, sorry, 1014 on the Q&H. Still with a little bit of speed breakout to help out. Beautiful, look at the actual like terrain down there, it's so cool. Always a nice approach to this part of the world. It's what I like doing, like the Greek and Turkey flights. Full speed brake action out now to really out with that descent rate and speed. We've got quite a nasty quarter-inch tailwind on the downwind leg pushing us down, which isn't very nice. Pop it into vertical speed to slow it down a little bit. Speed's coming down nicely now though, and we've got to go straight back down to 220 knots to the next waypoint, so that speed brake's going to remain out for the descent probably. beam with the airport now. That 220 knots is coming in, and it wants us at roughly 3,000 feet for the intercept on the ILS, which will be at that anyway by that point. Slow that descent rate right down now, just so we can maintain that rate of descent and keep the speed brake in now. And there's the airport down there. Beautiful down there. You'd be excited if you were seeing this view out the window on your descent onto your holiday destination, wouldn't you? Right. So when we land, we're going to be vacating Bravo, then into Bravo 1 into the stands, and it's Terminal 2 there, International. We'll go order brake 3, idle reverse. That'll be absolutely more than enough to get us off at Bravo, probably actually a bit overkill. So you might kick the brake off, landing into Dalaman. The runway is very long. So I'll turn that head in, ready to give us a vector to the right hand side in a second. So I'll keep going round. We're going to head in, select 300 degrees, flaps 1. And we'll keep that turn going, just to make sure that we give the aeroplane as best possible chance to capture the glide slope and ILS nicely. Don't want to give it too harsh of an angle, otherwise it will mess up. I do find though that the PMDG 7.3 struggles sometimes with ILS and glide slope capture and the Vorlock. It sort of like swings a little bit left and right before figuring itself out. So hopefully it's not too bad. Right, keep that turning now. The Vorlock, I was just about to say, it should come alive in a second. There it goes. Got Vorlock activated. There you go. We're intercepted now, and we'll match the headings 010. There's approach. And there you go. See what I mean? It's just like not. I don't know, it's, there you go, it's got a little tiny left-hand turn to centre it up, but it looks pretty good. And there's flap 5 coming out. Beautiful. Speed brake armed, green light. Dalaman traffic, Chanex 8 Whiskey Juliet, fully established on a 10-mile final, ILS 01. Dalaman traffic. Right, lovely. We've told them on the ground if there's anyone knocking around that we're going to come in and land. Our intentions are known. Minimums are set. Ready to go. We'll set 4,000 as the go around. It's quite an abrupt left-hand turn after we go around because of that massive terrain in front of us.
$2,500.
Might slow that rate of descent down now. Well, not the rate of descent, the speed. We'll leave it until we're 5 miles to get the gear down. Gear down. Flat 15. Speed brakes armed, green light. Start switch is continuous. Cabin crew advise. Waiting on the landing flaps now. Final approach speed of 156 knots. There's flaps 30. Right, auto throttle disengaged. Let's do some hand flying, guys. Disconnect the autopilot now. My aeroplane.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Stabilised. Mixed approach altitude set. Nice and stable, really calm winds. Perfect, actually. nicely squared off. Beautiful approach this has been. Gorgeous scenery.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20.
Start the flare. Holding it there. Perfect. Speed brakes are up. Reverse is green. Idle reverse. Nose wheels down. Maintaining centre line. That was bang on. Right on the 1,000 footers. Lovely landing. And there you go. Look, I can see that high speed miles away in the distance. And we're slowing down very nicely. And I'll kick the auto brake off in a second. And we'll roll it off to the exit. That was pretty textbook if you ask me. Really nice. Right, we'll taxi off of it's Bravo? Yeah, Bravo 1 into the terminal. Dalaman traffic, Chanix 8 Juliet Whiskey vacated runway 01. Dalaman traffic. Set the APU on. All that can go off. Lovely. And we'll clean up flap speed brakes. And we'll select from map. And that looks like a good spot to me. So we'll go there. No. And we'll just go with the default one that GSX gives us. Very happy with that arrival. Very stable all the way down. Usually that's when my worst landings are, when there's not a lot going on the final approach. But really happy with that. Safely down into Dalaman. And there's our stand right there. Lovely. And the APU is on. We'll go and get the logo light off as well. We'll line it up first. Let's concentrate on the line-up into the terminal. That looks pretty good there. We'll give it a full boot of right rudder. Pretty successful flight from Birmingham, actually. Really happy with how that went. Sim update 5 is pretty good. I got the really odd stutter occasionally when changing camera views, but it wasn't too bad. Now, I don't know whether it was doing that in Sim update 4 and I'm just being overly sensitive with what I'm looking at because it's a new update. Let me know how Sim update 5 is going for you guys. So far, after that flight and the live stream that we did in Canada, it's going pretty well. Let's see if we can get all the zeros. Give it a bit of right boot there. Oh, straight over it. There you go. So we'll go parking brake set. Left, right APU gen. Engines off. Beacon light off. Seatbelt sign off. Welcome down to Dalaman. Welcome down to Dalaman. Very enjoyable flight in the PMDG 737-800. Lovely day down here in Dalaman. Really nice arrival onto runway 01. We'll have to come back and attempt the other runway, which has that really gnarly RNAV approach. But another enjoyable flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Sim Update 5 seems to be going pretty well. so far for myself. Haven't noticed anything too major, so that is pretty good news. Let me know how you're finding Sim Update 5 as well. Thanks for joining me, take care, and I'll see you all very soon in another video.